Hello YouTube! Thank you for finding me on YouTube if you are new. I'm your college instructor, Mabu Nakagawa. Today, I wanna talk mainly about calorie intake. If you want to lose your weight, quit calorie restrictions. I'm so excited to have a presentation about that because I'm wanting to lose my weight by 10 pounds so badly. I believe most of you guys care about your bad dietary behavior if you are overweighted. Myself, I've been doing okay with my eating behavior because I've lost my weight little by little, which is good. I mean, I'm not satisfied with my current weight, of course. My journey still goes on and on. I think it's gonna be an endless journey for me, but let me just describe today's prospect about calorie intake. Simply, I wanna say, if you wanna lose your weight, do not try calorie restrictions. That's a must before I begin today's video, folks. Generally, I guess you think a calorie restriction is a must routine and then get enough exercise to lose your weight. That's a general approach to succeed your goal. Eat less, exercise a lot. You say, yes, I can do it. And three days later, you forget what you promised with me. I'm the one who actually failed my mission 10 years in a row. I knew there was no magic diet tricks after all. Even though I go work out at the fitness gym for 4 days a week, even though I go jogging at 10 kilometers on weekends, my bad dietary behavior ruins everything because I'm a sugar addict. I can kind of assume that calorie restriction, sugar-free diet, or carbohydrate-restricted diet for the short term might be the wrong approach because I failed many times before. The study said that it takes creating a deficit of 3,500 calories to lose 1 pound if someone were to take in 500 fewer daily calories than the number of calories they needed to maintain the weight. Then they would lose 1 pound per week. It makes sense to me. So limiting calorie intake is another way to lose weight. Using this method, people pick a set number of calories they want to stay under each day. So likewise, people are constantly on the lookout for the best way to reduce calorie intake. Generally, popular method of weight loss is time-restricted eating. That's also called fasting, and the type of daily fasting and calorie restriction. Many diet specialists suggest that approach. Although there's so much debate about the effectiveness of fasting and long-term calorie restriction, here is a weight loss strategy I would like to propose you. Here we go. For example, calorie restriction is an excellent way to lose body fat temporarily. Fat gain is a metabolic process. All animals have a fat set point. Your body wants your fat to be a certain percentage and certain places on your body because of your genetic makeup. If you just lessen your calorie intake, you'll be okay in the first round, but it will be a comeback for the overwhelming majority of people, which meant you get rebound back. That's not what you expected to do, right? You can eat sugar. Sugar restriction is not a welcome approach to lose your weight. It doesn't last forever. Only if you could control sugar intake on a daily basis, you'll be successful. Then, how the hell would you control sugar intake? The typical mistake people usually make when it comes to a sugar restriction is to cut off carbohydrate. They tend to believe carbohydrate is an obstacle to reduce sugar intake. Not directly. In a previous video I lectured before, I would have said aging and obesity are related to sugar. Added sugar, which is the sugar found in soda, sweets, and other processed food, has been shown to contribute to obesity, heart disease, cancer, and tooth decay, as you can imagine easily. I have found that most American overweighted people eat anywhere from 50 to 100 grams of added sugar daily, which is equivalent to 15 to 20 teaspoons of table sugar each day. That's a lot of sugar intake, folks. I know, we know that's a lot. However, actually it is quite hard and challenging to slash added sugar from your diet. On the top of that, they drink too much soda, a sports drink like a Gatorade and energy drink like a Monster. Myself, I used to drink those beverages a lot. One day my mom came to visit me in the United States. She scolded me so badly because too many empty cans were scattered around my bed, and she forced me to quit drinking right away because it was freaking unhealthy. I appreciate her advice though, by the way, but you know what? Quitting sugar intake was super unrealistic for me because I already got addicted. Breaking sugar addiction was too hard to overcome it. So what I did was I decided to reduce the amount of carbohydrate that contains too much sugar. Just as the basics, the easiest way is not to eat flour, for example. Flour is obtained through grinding and refining of grains into other similar white powder, substance. If you can replace flour with something else, you are successful for the first phase of your sugar control strategy. People often stop consuming obvious sugar like soda, candies, and trade them for breads and pastas. As previously discussed, bread, pasta, and rice cause the same problem as sugar, but it's almost impossible to avoid eating carbohydrate. Sugar is hiding in all sorts of places that you wouldn't expect. Yogurt, pasta sauce, and protein bars often have tons of added sugar. You need to become a pro at reading nutrition facts and balance blood sugar levels by eating a balanced meal. You need to focus on balanced meals to keep your blood sugar levels to keep your blood sugar levels steady and prevent crashes. You do this by eating meals that combine protein, dietary fiber, and healthy fats. So let's say scrambled egg, salad with a teaspoon of olive oil dressing, and chicken would be the perfect combination. You could take a dose nutrition at every meal if possible. Extremely reducing your intake of carbohydrate or every meal with low carbohydrate can help you for weight loss in the short term. But in the long term, I don't recommend you because simply I can just say carb restriction doesn't last for too long. Well, some of my coworkers are vegetarian and they never eat meat. They look so skinny and healthy, but sugar and carbohydrate are so hard to quit in my diet, and I think you think so too. Because it's literally everywhere, and sugar cravings can be really difficult to manage. I think sugar in natural food is not a problem because they have a fiber and they have a lot of the vitamins and the minerals intact. The problem really is, as I said earlier, added sugar. How can you then tell me if you are eating too much sugar? You don't have to tell me. All things you are aware is to avoid sugar and eat more whole food that are in their natural form, fruits, vegetables, whole grains, nuts, and that sort of things. So if you try to eat processed food, sugar is mostly added, and you already know it. So if you just focus on having a diet that is primarily whole foods, you can automatically reduce the amount of sugar in your diet. Biologically, pre-knowledge of mechanism of sugar blood level and insulin is preferable to study because they are closely related to each other. Before we move on, I want you to memorize only 5 nutritious elements. 1 is sugar. 2 is carbohydrate, as I said. 3 is protein. 4 is fat. And 5 is dietary fiber. It's so hard to stay on a carbohydrate restricted diet long term, but it's somewhat easier to be on a low carb diet. As I told you, the sugar is the root cause of weight gain. That's correct. That's absolutely right. But you might be wrong with the process and the mechanism of why sugar is triggered for weight gain. We now break down each attribute of our inner body and go dive into it. Okay? So the key words are blood sugar levels and insulin. What's going on with them? First things first, You eat carbohydrate, break down the food in your intestine. Once it is break down and absorbed in your intestine, sugar will enter your blood. And if the blood sugar level gets too high, you get sick. You understand the mechanism, right? Okay, then in order to reduce blood sugar levels, you need to have a drug or injection with insulin if you are too bad at your blood sugar levels. Namely, you'll be sick of diabetes. Your inner body is gonna be in danger with all kinds of lifestyle diseases. So among with that, insulin helps you to reduce your blood sugar levels, but you have to get shot forever, because you can't stay high blood sugar levels within your body. So I don't want you to underestimate the threat of diabetes, by the way, because I'm telling you from my dad experiences. Once you become a diabetics, you can't get better for the rest of your life. You go to the hospital and take pills and end up to suffer from too much pain. I changed my mind when I got the acute gout attack with my joint. I made my eating behavior better. I've made my eating behavior ever since. Not perfect. My recovery is still ongoing, but I don't want to get sick again. There's nothing good forever. Waste my time, money. I can't even have a fun with my friend if I get sick. So I came to pursue for a healthy life. I started to studying nutrition with a book and managing right calorie restrictions. Let me share with you what I learned from this book right here. Okay? So the carbohydrate is a combination with starch, sugar, and dietary fiber. Insulin is a hormone that is secreted from pancreas. If it doesn't work in your inner body, you gotta take a shot with insulin. So people are assuming that sugar is bad. Not really. Sugar is an essential nutrition to keep you healthy. You can stabilize your blood sugar levels and prevent sugar craving only if you are under control. Then, how are you gonna be able to stabilize it? You don't want to go up your blood sugar levels rapidly, do you? Rapid increase in blood sugar level is the key that can help you prevent your weight gain. If you meet the requirements to control enough, you can eat both sugar and carbohydrate, but you still have a limit. You can eat carbohydrate, and I give you some secret tips of how to eat. You don't want to be rigorous in your life. You can cheat if you want to. I give you tricks how to do it. So please take note and follow me as I advise you, okay? So the things that I recommend you to do 30 minutes before your meal is drink water. Guys, it's super easy. Drinking water leads to health benefit for sure. I try to drink 2 liters of pure water a day. Every hour I take a bottle of water and drink 250 cc of water. If I don't drink enough water, my uric acid level gets as high as my blood sugar levels. So drinking water must be a part of my life. So otherwise, I catch myself being dehydrated. I avoid being tired, sleepy, dry mouth, and decreasing uric output. I mean, I need to go pee more frequently. So, I go to the restroom more than 10 times a day. Just keep watching yourself for some of the reasons you should be drinking more water. You're gonna feel more energized and refreshed. Okay, so I'll talk more about water in another video, so keep watching me as we continue to count down the top health benefits of water. Okay, next one, vegetable. Think about the dietary fiber. Radish, avocado, seaweed, and more. These are just examples, folks. For your appetizer, you order a bowl of seaweed salad in a restaurant and something like that. This one is intended not to increase your blood sugar levels. It's too late if you eat salad after main dish. Always before, okay? The next one, rice with raw egg. You drop some soy sauces on the top of the steamed rice and eat. It may sound a little bit gross if you don't like the raw stuff on it, but it's good. I call it TKG. Tamago Kake Gohan. When you have a TKG from the whole food source, you're actually getting all of the nutrition. So let's say you are to compare a raw egg to protein and a rice to carbohydrate. Raw egg is just pure protein. There's nothing in there by protein. I guess you guys want to question me like, what is the matter with TKG? Why the hell do you think I would recommend? Oh yeah, I do understand you. Yeah, you know what I intended to tell you? I'm about to inform you of how you eat the food. Okay, I set the order to eating. There is an order that you are supposed to eat each dishes. Yeah, the order is predetermined. Water, vegetables, TKG, and light exercise after the meal. These orders are so important to improve the lives of all over the people. And the main dish should be the combination with a protein, a natural fat, and carbohydrate at the same time when you eat them. So by the time you eat the main dish, you're gonna be pretty much full, and your muscle mass is not gonna be lean. That's a good sign of a calorie restricted diet, but it takes some time. In the first 3 to 6 months, you feel nothing special. You won't realize that you made a change with your body figure. You say, "Are you kidding?" Well, I do understand you again, but don't feel frustrated yet. I'll tell you more about the light exercise after the meal. So you need some exercise, but no need to work out so hard. Just take 15 minutes walk in a park or somewhere you are comfortable. So you don't need to burn your calorie. Nope, nope, nope. Just get rid of a negative mindset that you have to burn too much calories. That's a misunderstanding. Okay? Remember once again. You must reduce the blood sugar level after the meal. You drink plenty of water, eat vegetables, eat carbohydrate, fat, and protein all together. And finally, exercise within 15 minutes as recommended. If you can stabilize or lower your blood sugar level, you don't need to generate too much insulin from your pancreas. That also means you don't store fat within the inner body. I'm talking about visceral fat. Clear? Once you gain your wasteful visceral fat, your belly gets so stiff and it will be so hard to remove it. So that's called a metabolic syndrome. You know, obviously, metabolic process will be a root cause of everything bad. You know, when you get fat, you look so miserable, nasty, and stinky. People stay away from you for sure. This is just precaution, right? Before something bad happens to you. Today's video is not all about the calorie intake, but the fight about how you're gonna be able to beat the threat of blood sugar level. I want you to feedback how you eat the food. As I said, a set order to eating is so important. If you drink too much water, not 30 minutes before main dish, but in the middle of the main dish, it's counterproductive. Your blood sugar level will be increased. You can just follow each step with the proper instruction, or you'll get a good result in 3 to 6 months. Don't get screwed up your life. Okay, you'll be okay. In case you are satisfied with your result, don't use sugar as a way to release your stress. When you are stressed out, sugar might be the first things you reach for as form of stress relief. No, sugar does lower stress level. However, it's a short-term solution. It's not a long-term. So I have realized over the years that the best way to manage stress is not through food, sugar, but it's through other paths. The things like exercise, taking a walk under the sunny weather, and more like anything that is replaceable with the sugar addictions. Anything works for you. Yeah, anything that reduces stress is a good way to do it. I have had some findings of helping of stress management is food rather than medication, self-care, and some sort of the positive mindset with never say never. I don't know, the problem with having a black-white approach to sugar is something that doesn't work long term. I don't believe mental care just fixes the issues. It's okay, but it doesn't play a major role to lose your weight. To be honest, you can just have a sugar in a moderation, but based on a set order to eating, you can eat a small portion of your meal little by little. Alright, so that was the first part of my presentation. If you enjoyed that video and you learned something new, give it a thumbs up because you know how it makes me feel, and don't forget to subscribe. If you subscribe, you'll get your weekly dose of the whole happy life for sure. I create videos on health, lifestyle, that sort of things, as well as Japanese related breaking news that I found it interesting. Wait for my update, or I'll see you in the second half of the video. Have a nice day. Good luck with your diet.